2, 3.
K1 visas are scary. We're going to show you how not to be scared. It's going to be great. Alright guys, you want a foreign wife? Don't do it. It's a mistake. It's horrible. Just trust me. It's not fun. So welcome back to our channel. This is Jackie. This is John.
And we are the Isley. So in today's video, John will gonna tell you exactly what he did when he filed the petition for a K1 fiancé visa. So go ahead, love.
Man, you didn't throw that in my lap or anything. Okay, so what I did when I wanted to file a K1 visa is I freaked out a lot, and then I cried a lot, and then I freaked out some more. The only thing I knew that I wanted to do was I wanted to do it right. And I really played with hiring an attorney, and there's some companies out there that offer this service that they can do, obviously for a fee. It's really not needed, especially when I really started looking at the forms. And you don't get processed any faster. In fact, one of the things you most need when you're doing this process is patience, because it does take a while. At least in our case, it took a long time, and we're still waiting on things. So you have to be a U.S. citizen. You need not to be married, so you have to be single, as well as your fiance needs to be single. Be aware, if you're coming from the Philippines, they don't have divorce over there. So if they were ever married, that's going to be a huge problem. What else is required? There's a financial requirement. You have to make enough money. Oh yeah, you have to intend to marry them within 90 days, which is really difficult. Really difficult. That's why I think, or at least I've noticed that a lot of people that do this typically just go in front of the justice of the peace and get married, because to actually have like a church wedding is very, very difficult and almost impossible to plan. A traditional wedding nowadays takes about a year to plan, and to try to cram that all in 90 days is super difficult, as we found out. But it was very important to both of us that we got married in a church. We managed to do it. I'm not saying it's impossible, but just be aware it's very difficult.
Difficult, yeah.
Oh, one thing that they talk about that's also a requirement, you have to have had you have to have had like physical contact within 2 years? Seeing each other within 2 years?
Yeah, you have to see each other. You have to meet each other in person for within 2 years before you file that petition. That's required. There are countries that sometimes it's because of the religion that you cannot really have that, but I think you need to provide further documents to support that. Yeah, but at least once within 2 years that you have met in person. That's one of the requirements.
So you've decided that you're going to go ahead and file the form for your fiance to come over, and so you can get married. It's not difficult at all. The form is kind of long, but once you understand the terminology, it's really simple. The biggest hint that I can give you is download the current version of Adobe Reader and fill the form out in Adobe Reader, because it'll tell you whether you can actually put something in a blank or not, and it knows. It's like a smart program. So that actually helped me out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I was having that current version. Don't run an old version, just get the new one. And it's free, so there should be no deal with that. Some of the terminology that you should know is me, I'm the petitioner. This beautiful lady over here, she's the beneficiary. Once you understand that, the one that wants the fiance to come over is the petitioner. You're asking, or you're petitioning the government to allow this to happen. and the beneficiary is the one receiving that benefit, benefiting being able to come over. So once you understand that, it makes things a lot easier, because especially with me, I was very confused in the beginning, but once I understood that, it started making a lot more sense. And you just roll through and you put in the information. I think I had to send you a few things.
Yeah, so with this PDF reader that you have filled out your information, you send it to my email, and then I also had to fill out the beneficiary information, so that everything is right, because you might forget something.
Yeah, you have to do a cover letter. Just Google examples. It's very simple. You have to have ID. Since you've already seen your fiance, hopefully you have a passport that's valid, so that's pretty easy. It's one of the best forms of ID that you can have. You have to do a letter of intent to marry.
It requires signature of both petitioner and the beneficiary. So what he did is scan it to me, and then I just put in my signature and then scan it back to him, and then he included that on the petition form.
Again, just Google examples. This isn't hard to do. It's just, and again, once you understand the terminology, like mine, I'm going to read to you real quick, just so you know. You have an example. I, John, whatever, am a U.S. citizen, petitioner, and Jacqueline, whatever, is my fiance beneficiary. We respectfully submit this letter of intent to marry as evidence and promise to marry each other in the United States. We plan to marry each other within 90 days after arrival with a K-1 visa. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact me at blah, blah, blah. Thank you for your prompt consideration of this I-129F petition. Sincerely, both our signatures. It's very simple. It's not that hard. Then what we were talking about within 2 years, this is super important. So if you haven't done this trip, save everything. You need all sorts of evidence to actually prove that there is a relationship going on, which is understandable. They don't want a lot of fake people coming over. So save every receipt. Hopefully y'all will mail, use the postal mail, mail each other gifts, cards. You really have to have pictures and establish a timeline of what we did. So everything from the booking of your passport to, I had my airplane ticket, my hotel receipts, which she actually got my hotel. So if you haven't done this trip yet, that's the way to go. Trust me, because it's a lot more affordable.
Because I booked it in advance, so I got a pretty good deal.
Yeah. Lots of photos of together. You can see our photos. There we are. Copies of greeting cards.
Yeah, because I love sending him cards.
And that's great evidence of a relationship. Letters. All that type of thing. Pictures of yourselves. I'm not going to show you our pictures. Our pictures are bad.
No, but you have to show them the picture that you submitted, because they might wonder, what is this, the original picture that you submitted?
No, that's a copy.
Yeah, this is the copy, but you have the original picture.
She'll insert the original picture, I think. They probably thought I was a terrorist. They approved it though, so hey, even if you're fugly, you got a chance. If you read a lot of websites, they'll tell you have to put your packet together in a special order. You have to have special hole punch. You need to send it in this special folder. No, you don't have to do that. It may make the processing a little bit faster, but not by much. And that's a maybe. I don't even think that happens. But anyways, what I did was I just put everything in a regular manila envelope. One of these guys. That's it. Paper clipped everything together. Of course, you want to start with your cover page where you list out what everything is, and so they actually know what they're looking for. And basically, I just told them that I'm filing a I-129F petition for my alien fiance beneficiary. Letting them know that we were an engaged couple seeking to marry each other in the United States. And then I listed off all the evidence that you have to have. The cover page, or the cover letter, which is that first page. I think you should probably put an example up.
Yeah, okay.
But also the e-notification.
The first page is the cover letter.
That's that page.
Yeah, and then...
There's a picture of it, I bet.
And then next to that is the G1145 e-notification.
That's just they let you know through email.
Or text message.
They don't do either.
I got one. I received
it worked
text
for her.
message.
Okay, it worked for her.
I received the receipt number, which I use it from time to time to track my application. It works for me. I don't know, it doesn't work for him. Okay, so the form I-129, the main petition form.
That's the big form.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mess up that form.
And then U.S. citizenship proof of U.S. citizen proof of citizenship.
U.S. citizens proof of citizenship. That's basically going to be your passport, birth certificate, driver's license. But like I said, if you've already traveled to a foreign country, you can't get any better of an ID than a passport. So just do that one. Mm-hmm. Evidence of intent to marry statement. Basically, it's a little letter that you're just saying, I intend to marry this beautiful, amazing, smart woman beside me. As soon as she gets here, within 90 days, we're going to do that, and we're going to rock and roll.
Rock and roll. Proof of meeting.
Proof of meeting. Remember, you have to meet that person. You have to have seen them in person within 2 years before you file this. Within being the key word. So if you have seen them and you want to file it the next day, you could totally do that. We were in by the wire, I think.
Yeah.
I think we had like 2 weeks.
Yeah. Before the 2 years will end.
Yeah.
It's kind
so I was really relieved. I hadn't known that. So anyways, so the proof of meeting, that's where I was saying save all your receipts, get photos together. What other key things can you tell them?
What I did actually is that I lost the receipt, right? So I went back to the hotel and asked for another copy, and they provided me one. So they can retrieve records actually. So that's what we use. Mm-hmm. So if in case you have lost your receipt or something, yeah, maybe you can just go back to that hotel and ask for another copy. And
but at the time, I didn't even think to hold on to that stuff because,
me too.
It was a trip. You know, it was a vacation trip. So
me too. I don't have any idea that this is needed once you filed for a petition.
But you can get creative, and you'll be surprised what you can find in your old suitcase.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So they don't take the Facebook Messenger conversations, or did they take those?
No. But of course you have to prepare for that because there are applicants that they ask for a proof of relationship during the the visa interview, but I did not provide anything. The consular officer did not ask me any proof of relationship during my interview. Maybe because he already put in everything.
Probably.
Yeah,
I don't know. But they could definitely ask.
Yeah.
They're supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know.
I suggest that you have to get ready because what if they will.
So watch that video if you want more details on that.
Mm-hmm.
But back to what we were talking about. Proof of relationship. That's actual. Oh, yeah, we combined those two, didn't we? Proof of relationship and proof of meeting. Proof of meeting is actually just going there. So your plane ticket,
the
hotel
boarding
receipt,
pass,
all that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the proof of relationship, which I'm sorry, is like all the cards, photos, whatever. Get creative.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last two things
is the 2 passport-sized photos for both petitioner and the beneficiary.
So that's it, guys. In a nutshell, that's pretty much how you put the packet together, fill out the forms, just follow the instructions. If you do have any questions, we'll be happy to expand and give you some more information. We may do another video or two on this. It's really pretty basic, though. But we'll be reading all your comments below, so definitely type it down below there, and we'll try to get back to you. We appreciate all your thoughts and your support. In fact, speaking of support,
yeah, we do have a Facebook page, and that is a K1 Visa support group. You can also join that group so that you can get a real-time response once you have questions related to this video or any K1 visa process. And
look for the link down below in the description and all that jazz. She'll do that. She's smart.
All right, so please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and
do it.
Also click that notification bell, ting, so that you will get updated once we upload a new video. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much. And
oh wait, there is that one thing. You remember? You guys should remember this always. Always keep this in mind.
That you are loved. Bye! High five! High five! Hello. Say it. Say it.
Boogers.
Be ready first. Okay. So. No. 1, 2,
Tres.
3. 1, 2, 3. Hello, guys.
I almost kept it together. I was this close.
What?
I just wanted to go cheese enchilada. Okay.
Okay. One more time. Yeah, sige na.
I don't know what you're saying. I am Darth Vader. I am your father.
We'll say bye now because it's too long already.
Oh, okay. Bye.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7.
Wow.
Okay, 1.
Done. You can't top that. Period.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, go. Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. My name is Jackie.
Oh,
and this is...
I'm John.